Hey Homeworthy, I'm Tracie.
I'm Jordan.
And this is our Flatbush apartment. Come on in.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
My name is Tracie. I'm an interior designer.
My name is Jordan. I'm a photographer.
And we're in our home in Flatbush. Jordan, why don't you tell them how we found the apartment?
We went on a very, very long apartment search. We moved up from Atlanta 3 years ago. We ended up not finding anything when we first moved up.
Right.
So we ended up staying on Long Island. And
for 5 months.
So,
I just want to add that.
So the search was very hard just because we learned in the long run it's kind of a little bit aggressive to move in the summertime. We looked at hundreds of apartments. We ended up finding this gym in Flatbush. We ended up seeing it last minute. It was actually late at night when we came in. Lights weren't on or anything. We were just like with a flashlight, just looking around like,
crazy
well,
apartment.
This may be it. So
yeah.
Once we, did everything and we secured the apartment, we just came in and just started building up. So here we are.
This building was originally like a 2-family building. What I think is really cool about this apartment is that Jordan and I, we live on the first floor. So we still have the traditional bones of the brownstone, which is super cool. So it's like a duplex style apartment. You walk in, you have your entry, you automatically go into the kitchen, dining room, and the living room, which is where we are now. And then downstairs is just the bedroom, literally just a full bedroom. The space is small, but like it works for Jordan and I. So this is our living room. I would say the inspiration for the living room, it was definitely like Kelly Behan. Definitely wanted to have I definitely wanted to be like serious, but also like still have that playfulness that we love so much. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the couch is from Floyd. It's the Form sectional. It comes in like a lot of different configurations, but I felt like this was the best one for our apartment. And this is a big investment for Jordan and I.
Yeah, this compared to like the old couch, just brought a lot of the colors out in the living room, especially with the rug. This is our rug from Atlanta. I want to say Susan gave it to us. Am I right?
Yeah. So I work for a designer, Susan Ferrier in Atlanta, and she actually gave me this area rug. And what's so crazy is that she used this area rug at the Kips Bay show house in New York, and it found its way back to New York. Like, that's so crazy. So this area rug is special. We're not letting this one go. We have the hem throw pillows. I'm obsessed with him and all of their pieces. So we have the hem throw pillows. We got the boa pooth from him and the blanket that matches perfectly. I love the quality. I think they're super fun and like playful. And yeah, it worked. It all came together and it works really well. Yeah.
This piece right here is a photo that I took. This is Sunday. I took this 2 years ago and somehow it ended up being framed in the living room, thanks to Tracie. It originally, my bad.
It's okay.
It originally wasn't supposed to be here. I forgot the piece of art that we were planning to put here, but she showed me a couple options of what she was thinking about and what would like tie in the whole living room. This was like one of the final touches. So when we got it blown up, it kind of sat for a minute though. We didn't hang it up for like a couple months. And then we finally hung it up and it just like, I don't know what it does to the living room, but it just like creates this vibe. And it's a strong feeling. So shout out to Sunday.
Yes, shout out to you.
So with this image, I went into taking this image, I just wanted to highlight Sunday's features. I actually sat on these photos for probably a couple weeks before I even put them out or even sent them out to Sunday. So I kind of sat with it for a minute and it just has this strong feeling and then like happiness, empowerment. It just feels very, very, very right. So it's a good photo.
Yeah.
It's a timeless photo in my opinion. So to have it in the living room is kind of different. It feels good. So this is our little bookshelf. We swap out books from time to time. We have really a lot of books, but it's just the bookshelf is, this is the bookshelf that we're working with. But most of the books on here are either like design books. We have a Deanna Lawson book. She's a really good photographer, really amazing. Oops. A couple of these books, couple homies, like my older brother, he kind of forgot this book at our old apartment and we just ran with it. It's Kobe, so.
This window bay, when I first saw the apartment, is definitely one of the areas in the apartment that caught my eye, and I was just like sold. Like, let's do this, because I could see like how cool, like, or what a moment this area could be, and I wanted to add like long drapery to kind of like include like this exaggeration, or like, you know, just like create this moment. And then we have the hem poof, which I have been eyeing for a while. Like, I would say maybe like 2 years. It does come in different colors, but I decided to go with the cream just because it worked well with everything that we have going on in this space. And I thought it was super fun. This living room has went through so many changes, like so many changes. Originally, we had like just a white desk from IKEA that was sitting right here in this little bay area. And as you guys can probably see, this is a very small space. So I was just like, how can we maximize this space, but also get what we need out of the space? Jordan is always working on his laptop, where there's like editing photos and stuff like that. So I'm like, we need like a desk area. And at one point I was working from home, so we needed something that was comfortable, but also like didn't fill up the space. So that's when I came up with the idea to create something that was wall mounted and kind of create like I guess like an entertainment / work area over here. So we have this desk, which is mounted to the wall. The top is mounted to the wall. And then I added some shelves to kind of, you know, add a little bit more decorative touch to the space. Above the shelves, this is art that Jordan and I, we actually painted portraits of each other.
Sip and paint, yeah.
Yeah, we did like a sip and paint for our 5-year anniversary. And our portraits were just like sitting around, and then one day Jordan came home and it was framed, and he was like, "Okay, Tracie," like, but it works, and it's cute. I love this little area. This is our workspace. And then now here we have like our, you know, I guess our entertainment area. So it just, I felt like this area, like we kind of just created like this seamless design that looks clean and doesn't protrude too far out of in the room. So like we have space to still walk around and everything. I think everything just like flows and it works.
So these are our coasters. We went a long time without coasters. I'm not sure why. I think we had some, but we just ended up giving them away. These are from Imani. Shout out to Imani.
My best friend.
She gave us these for our anniversary this year. You don't know too many people with a GNX cup holder. So the coaster basically is what, 6 of them? It basically just describes our relationship. So the first one is Kendrick Lamar. We both like Kendrick Lamar. We're huge Kendrick fans. The second one is the Outkast ATLiens cover. We're both from Georgia. She's from Macon, but we could say Atlanta. We could say Atlanta.
We lived in Atlanta together.
The third one is Solange. She loves Solange. She listens to a lot of Solange. And this next one is WizKid's Lagos album. This was our first concert we went to together. So, and this is a picture of Solange. So that's the last one. But basically what she did with this gift was just highlight like a lot of things that tie us together and a lot of things that we actually like. And it's just celebrating like years of us being together. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Perfect. So we've been together for 6 years. We just made the 6 years on March 31st. Yeah. We decided to move to New York because Jordan, when we first met, he would always talk about moving to New York. And then I think it was in 2021, I told Jordan, I said, we're moving to New York. And he was like, I don't think he believed me, but then, yeah.
Kind of, sort of, a little bit, but I was just like, it's very abrupt. So she said it in January and we ended up moving in May.
Yes,
so
we did.
So it's kind of like fast tracked.
I flew to New York for a job interview and Jordan was already here because he had a shoot, and like we met up and we were here and we were just like, yeah, we need to be here. So that was kind of like, I feel like a confirmation. That's how we got here. We're gonna head down to the bedroom. So this is our bedroom. This space was tough.
Yeah, this was tough. This was tough.
It was
real
really tough because it's such an awkward space. Like, the walls are just not walling. It's just weird. But we made it work. We made it work. So basically, this space is limited on space. Like, we don't have storage. We don't have a closet down here. So we kind of had to get really creative in our bedroom. So I decided to add drapery behind the bed, which behind this drapery, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world. But behind the drapery is essentially storage for Jordan and I to store like things that we couldn't fit in the other areas of the room. And I felt like this was a nice, like, stylish touch. I definitely think it creates like a certain mood and a vibe down here that I think is appropriate for the bedroom. So it works and we like it. Yeah.
I feel like it makes the room feel more spacious too, like versus what we did have prior to this design. Like we said earlier, like the apartment has been through like 4 or 5 different makeovers. So this one downstairs feels like it's very, very spacious versus what we had before. Even when it comes down to like the shelves and everything, she just chose like the right furniture just to make it feel like it's more space. So I guess the blinds could kind of create that look where it's just, it gives it that walkway and space. Like even before, the walkway didn't, feel exactly how it feels now. So
yeah, good point. We intentionally moved the bed towards the wall so we could create like a walk space to go behind the curtain and go in this space, because before we had the bed centered in this space and it just was too tight and it just wasn't working. It's very awkward. But yeah, I think this works for us and we're happy with how it turned out. Yeah. When it comes down to the bed, originally we had this wooden IKEA bed, and I'm not sure if y'all noticed right now, but we love IKEA. But anyways, yeah, we had this wooden IKEA bed, which actually came from Atlanta, and it was Jordan's bed, and he brought it here to New York. It was hard for Jordan to let go of the bed.
It wasn't really hard. It was just, it lasted so long, so it was like, it was a cool bed.
Yeah.
But when she proposed the new bed with the new different color, the different bed frame and everything, it just was like, all right, let's do it. So that color will work better with the blinds versus the color that we had before. We had like an all black frame, and the bed feel like it was a lot wider for some reason. I'm not sure why, because even when we scooted it to the wall, it still felt like
it was like
taking up a lot of space.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
When we got rid of it, it was like, okay, cool. We built this, we put the blinds up, and then like it just gave that feel like that is just so spacious and warm. So
yeah. I agree with Jordan. I decided to go with the lighter bed just because this space is very small. So I felt like adding something that's light, it kind of will make the room feel a little bit lighter and kind of open up the room a little bit, especially with the dark background. And I think we achieved that because the space definitely does look way bigger than it did previously with the dark wooden bed. But yeah, this works. And the cool thing about this bed also is that there's storage in the front, because we need storage.
That's one of the main things. Yeah, just about finding where to store stuff. So
yeah, finding creative ways to get storage. Basically, like that's our main goal for this room. So there's this is like a little drawer that has some things inside of it that it much needed. So the art for downstairs definitely was a part of making the decision of the colors in the bedroom. So I found this piece from Good Mood by Studio Imo. Yeah, the piece is called With a Friend, and I thought it was pretty nice, and I love the colors. I love the name because even though Jordan's not my friend,
best friends. What you
yeah,
mean?
we were best friends. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I just felt like I thought this was cute. Like it was just like it was an intimate moment, and it's our bedroom, so it's an intimate space. And I love the colors in it. It kind of reminded me of Pierre Yanovich. I love his interiors. He uses these like dark, deep reds, and he mixes it with different colors. And this painting definitely brought all those things out. And I was like, okay, like we can play out this and make everything else work. This piece here is very special. Actually, one of my colleagues made this piece for our apartment, like literally made this piece just for us. Her name is Natalia. She's super talented. She was very excited about doing something for Jordan and I that really worked in our space because she heard my stories about how like I'm working in my apartment, I want it to be perfect, da 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 da, and she just added like a piece that just made it even more special.
It's handmade too.
Yeah. So this is the rest of the bedroom. Right here, I guess one of the main things to remember for this space is storage. Like we really had to get really creative with how we're storing all of our clothes and shoes. I found this company, or someone told me about this company called Modern Shelving, and they basically create like these custom shelves for you built to how you want it. So the process is actually really cool. I created a sketch for like what I hand drew like the sketch of what my idea, my vision for what I wanted in this space. I met with someone during a consultation and told her like my ideas. I shared the sketch and she provided me with this rendering of how it would look. And it was so cool to actually see like my vision kind of start to come true. Yeah. So one important thing is that we knew that we need storage for shoes, storage for like random clothes and things like that. But then also we wanted to have a TV down here. Originally the TV was placed on the wall where we have our with the friend art, and it just wasn't working for us. It was kind of awkward to lay in bed and watch television. So I knew like I wanted a TV that could kind of like face forward, but also I couldn't have a dresser because the space is so limited. So we had to really get creative.
So that brings us into the TV. The design of the TV and the bed, it kind of needed to coexist. So basically you can pull the TV off. So you can, watch the TV from the bed.
Yeah. And this was very important to me. So, because like we had to make this work. And I knew that like when people came downstairs, this was gonna be like the very first thing that they saw. So I wanted to make something that was functional, but also like attractive to the eye. And I think we achieved it.
Yeah, I think we hit it right on the nail.
Yeah.
I feel that way.
Yeah, definitely. So. For the shelves, we have a lot of shoes, like a lot. So definitely wanted to use the shelves for shoe storage and also like a lot of like randoms. So we have like hats and, random things inside of these cubbies. But then we decided to add our shoes on the shelves for extra storage, and then just throw in like some books and like DVDs, just like for a little design touch. Yeah, and then Jordan, as I mentioned, he's like upstairs. Jordan is always like editing photos and up late, So I was like, okay, why don't we add like a desk area downstairs as well, so he can be in the bedroom and work if he wanted to, or maybe I can use the desk upstairs. So I decided to add like this desk area in the room, and I think this works. Like it's just a little space, and if we want to, we can also like move the TV this way, to watch while we're working. So it works. I have my jackets and my pants, again, extra storage. Another point that I want to make is since I knew in this bedroom storage was important and we do have a lot of clothes and shoes, I was like, okay, maybe we can create like a dressing room look for the second part of the room. So that's why, we have like this open storage with the clothes, and then we also have this like mirror, an ottoman for if we want to change our shoes or, lay our clothes on the ottoman. I kind of just wanted to create like this high-end dressing room effect, but in a bedroom. Like just trying to find a way to like make this awkward space turn into something that was visually appealing but also useful, because it being useful is very important. Like because we realized by living here for almost 3 years, like something had to change.
This is like you said, this is the third space. So this is the fourth version of this space. So this is the best space by far because it actually has a mirror this time. Like, the other times we were trying to incorporate it, and it was hit or miss. Like we would keep that design for probably 10 months, and then we were like, okay, well, that's not working. Like, so it was just trial and error. And I feel like right now we finally figured it out. So it just feels lively. It feels like somebody, you know, lives here. We enjoy it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So this is our bedroom.
Yeah, this is our bedroom. I knew when she said that she wanted to actually design it, I was like, look, just keep in mind that, you know, I live here and, you know, let's not, you know, but then again, it's just like, have fun with it and do whatever you feel fits. Most of the time, like I trust her vision just because we do have the same style when it comes to a lot of things. It's just, she sees it a little different and puts it together a little different. So it's just, now seeing it in full, it's just like, it's amazing. So it's cool. Did a really good job.
Thank you.
When I first saw the apartment, it was just more so like Flatbush. Like I was already looking at apartments in Flatbush, but we just didn't take the leap to go. And it was like 5 months going on and we were just like, yo, we gotta get this, you know, we have to get this apartment or we gotta find something that actually fits. So everything I was looking at in Flatbush, it seemed like all of our furniture that we were trying to move up would actually fit because it was around the same square footage that we had in Atlanta. So once we seen it, I was just like, you just gotta go check it out. It was dark. He was like, yo, this the latest I could come. I think it was like 9 at night, yo.
Yes,
no lights were on in here. Like we were just in here with flashlights, just looking. And we were just like, yo, that's it. Put the application in 2 days, it was like, yo, you got it.
Alrighty, so this is our entryway. This space is obviously very small, like the apartment, but we had to get really creative again with storage. So we have a lot of guests that come over, family, friends, a friend of a friend. We have a lot of people coming over here. So shoe storage was very important. Initially, we only had 4 of these hay crates, but we decided to up that to 8 so we can put more shoes in this area. And we have like this coat rack, which we decided to add for bags and things
coats,
like that.
things like that, yeah.
Bags and coats and things like that. And then just added this light, this pop light from Schoolhouse for, you know, a little touch. I will say I do not like the big light, like I really don't. So that's why you'll see throughout the apartment we have a lot of accent lights because I really enjoy the accent lighting, and also I feel like lighting can serve as art as well. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. And also when you walk into this entry space, it kind of gives you a sneak peek of what you're about to walk into in regards to the rest of the apartment. Like it being a reflection of Jordan and I, our styles and what we do. So I'll let Jordan, you can talk a little
it's
bit
kind of
more
like
about that.
it's kind of like blending the two. So like you see like the key holder is it's made out of cork. So you just come in, you know, most people come home and just throw the keys or they just hang it on the rack or whatever. Well, I got this from you Christmas 23. That was our first year living here. So I had did these 2 features before we moved up, and she ended up framing them. So I ended up bringing it back, and then it was just sitting around for a minute, like we were still deciding what we wanted to do with the actual space. And then once again, Tracie come out the blue and like, well, let's incorporate this into the design. So it's at the door as soon as you walk in, so it kind of gives you like perspective of both of us. So you got my photography here, and then you got design. Her favorite color is red, so it's kind of like a, you know.
Yeah.
And then this light is actually cool because this is like a replica of like one of those thrift finds that you, like the little thrift shop lights that you may find. From the top, it looks like it's red, but on camera, it's probably regular color. Well, the whole having a bedroom kind of went out of the window after we seen like 100 apartments, and a lot of them were studio, 1 bedroom. So it was just like, this is what we'll work with. You kind of take like the stairs as like a door because it's like a cutoff.
It's changed.
This is like the 4th version of the apartment. Like,
yeah, seriously.
went from when we first got in here with all of the furniture that we did have from Atlanta, to moving out certain pieces and building around those new pieces, and then filtering out everything that we had from Atlanta. So it's only like a couple pieces that we do have left. Everything is pretty much new. So it's like the apartment, we're growing with the apartment as we go. So certain things had its time, and then we just swapped it out.
Yep, that's true. In 10 years, and I look back and reflect on this apartment, I'm automatically gonna think hard work. Hard work and dedication. Jordan and I, we moved to New York to follow like our dreams, interior design, photography. And I know that sounds like really cliche, but like that's just what it is. And this apartment has seen it all. Like it's seen our lows. It's seeing us like literally grow. And like I just love that. So I would say hard work, dedication. Like this is like the just time that we just going all in. Right now we're in the dining area. Slash entryway. So I guess before this space was very like monochromatic, I guess. We had this table which we brought from Atlanta to New York, and we had like our original chairs that we got from IKEA. I decided to add a mobile above the table just because we don't have a light fixture, but I felt like there needed to be something to kind of anchor this space and draw your eye to this area. So this guy here, this is from Area Aware, and they are the reality hands. I love like quirky, playful, weird things. So I was just like, when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna put this in the apartment. And the lemons just add a little, color to the all white. And I like the fact that it was white because it just, even though it's something that is really kind of quirky and playful, it does look a little subtle on this white table. So yeah. This art piece, basically when I first saw it, I was like, I feel like this is what's gonna bring like all the colors together in this apartment because it is very colorful. And I just felt like this piece kind of sets the tone. It's like serious, but it's also playful with the colors. So I enjoyed it a lot, and I feel like it would just tie in everything. So yeah, and as far as this wall, I feel like this wall is it's like my little baby because I had a vision for it and I was kind of unsure about it. But when we got it installed, it literally, it looks exactly how I pictured it. And I'm just so happy. This is the blow up collection from Home Studio. And I just love these pieces. I love the colors, and again, I think these are pieces that tie in the color, and also it has that playfulness, the quirkiness, what, is a reflection of Jordan and I. So yeah, I take pride in this wall, so yeah.
Usually when it comes to anything that's getting put up on the wall or any type of art, she usually does like a mood board. She showed it to me, but with the wall, I kind of didn't understand it a little bit, but I was still like I said, earlier, I trust her vision. She had something that she wanted to express or put up on the wall. So once it happened, it was just I see exactly what you mean now. So, and I like the vases that she chose. They're vases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the design. She found the perfect designer to put those up there.
Yeah.
The blow up collection. So it's cool.
Yeah. I will say when we first moved into this apartment, this wall was something that definitely caught my eye, and I wanted to take advantage of how high it was, and I knew that this wall can make a statement when someone comes into the apartment. So that's why when I saw the blow up collection, the colors it came in, I was just I think I found it. This is it, and it worked out. So this is our fridge. Our kitchen has not been designed yet, but we did want to highlight our fridge. This fridge has a lot of memories on it, so it's a mixture of family, friends, colleagues, just
experiences.
Experiences. Everybody that means a lot to us. Any picture that we get, we just throw it on the fridge.
Yeah, it's kind of like a scrapbook of our loved ones and our family. So you'll see a lot of Tracie and her mom, best friend. I have a twin.
Jordan and his twin.
Me and my brother right here.
Yeah.
A couple of the homies, Kari right here. If you made the fridge, then you know what's up.
Yeah, there you go.
Home to me is somewhere that you're comfortable. It's somewhere that you feel safe, somewhere that you like spending time. We spend a lot of time at home, but a lot of people don't really think about what's being designed in the home or what pieces are in the home and how just designing and elevating the home can make you feel. So I wouldn't mind being locked in my home for 2 weeks just because, like, you know, it just says a lot about who we are and what we chose to put in here. So everything is like tailored to fit us. So I feel like that's what home means. So just taking time to like express yourself, whether it be through furniture or hanging up photos or just doing anything that you can place in the home where whenever someone comes in the house, they actually can feel that it's you. Like, so.
Yeah. I agree of what Jordan just said. Like literally everything. Home is a reflection of you. Like that's what it means. It means expressing yourself, being true to who you are, just being you and being comfortable being you. So yeah. So thank you, Homeworthy, for touring our apartment, but it's Saturday, so
Gotta go.
Exactly. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.